The iPhone 17 just dropped and people are rushing to buy it. But here's what most people actually don't know. Last year alone, over 230 million iPhone cases were sold online. And that means this product is a gold mine. And you don't have to worry if you think you missed the boat on this one. With so many sales, many of these new phones won't be delivered until mid-October. Not to mention, people will be selling their older phones on eBay. That means that just the iPhone 17 cases aren't going to be the only things sold. People are going to be searching for the 16 and 15 as well. So in this video, I'm going to show you the top designs to sell right now and how to create it using ChatGPT and Midjourney. And more importantly, I'm going to show you how to avoid mistakes like this when making it. So let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to do is pull up Everbee so I can show you the top sellers right now. You just go to product analytics and type in phone case. And as you can see, the top sellers right here, right on the top, is a custom pet portrait, as well as a celestial stained glass. Both of these, if you notice, they show like a little downward trend right here. And the only reason being is because everybody was waiting for that iPhone 17 to drop. So starting, about the beginning of the month, everybody was sitting there wondering, hey, should I wait? Should I not? What should I do? And this happens before every major release. So that's why you see this little drop. However, right now, because this phone is available, people are going to be rushing to buy it. And these are the two top designs. So going into the designs themselves, if you notice, this company right here, they already launched the 17 and they're going to start picking up on those sales. I'm going to show you actually how to make this in Midjourney in just a second. Now, in addition to that, you have this one here. They haven't actually even added this iPhone 17 yet. So I hope that they do that soon or else they're going to miss those sales. But this is an opportunity for you to capture this. Now, if you're unsure on how to make designs like this, it's super simple. I made an entire video on how to do this where I covered 25 characters. So you don't only have to do this pencil type of drawing, you can actually do anything you want. And in my case, I actually took Tiger right here and I made a huge background of her just sitting there in a city and put that right on a cell phone case. That is something that you'd be able to offer and do if you choose to go down that route. Now, we're going to cover this one first. And in this case, I already wrote this entire prompt for you. And all you have to do is change little things here and there. So right here where it says deep blue night sky, you would want to change that if you want to change the different colors. And right here, blue, gold, and amber. If you notice, they have a couple different options here and different colors. They have yellow, they have gray, they have black, and even a kind of greenish color, right? So if you ever want to change any of this, you could easily do it just by switching this out. However, I suggest that you try your own prompt and maybe modify this a little bit based on what you want to produce. And if you're curious on where to get this, you can either pause the video and sit there typing forever, or you could just come to Etsy Mentor on the school platform and get it for free. So I always produce things like this on Midjourney. So in Midjourney, all you're going to do is just type this right in here and hit the submit button. So while that's actually loading, I'll show you what it looks like on ChatGPT. So create following image, and you're going to see the difference here. So it's already done on Midjourney. However, I forgot to change the actual size. That is my bad here. But like I always do during my videos, if I fuck up, I keep the fuck up in there. So I'm going to repaste this here, go into the settings option, and this is where you have to make sure that you put it in a portrait mode and not landscape. Otherwise, that's what's going to happen. If you want 1:1, you can do the square, so on and so forth. You can actually move this and say it 2:3, and from there, hit the send button. Now I'm going to go back to ChatGPT and see how that is looking. Well, ChatGPT is still loading. So back to Midjourney, because I guarantee that that is already done. And there it is. So we have a couple different options here. We have this one. It's kind of cool. I like that. This one right here. I like that one as well. This one's a little different because what would happen, you have to remember that the phone, where the slot is, right, is going to go right here. So you would have to flip this one if you actually want it to go on a cell phone case. This one's not bad because again, this is where the cutout would be. And with the iPhone 17, the cutout is kind of all the way across. So you have to just remember this, where the moon may be a little messed up. So in this case, I think this one or this one would probably look good. So you're going to just download that. We're going to go back to ChatGPT and see what it produced. And it produced something that looks like garbage. This is why I said for this sort of instance, you definitely want to use Midjourney. You can also use any other type of design tool. I know a lot of people use Leonardo, I think it's called, and they get good success with that. So if that's your go-to, definitely stick with that. However, I am a very big ChatGPT and Midjourney fan, so I usually just stick with those two. Now, the one thing you want to do before you put this onto a product is you want to upscale it. Now for this, I'm going to use AI Arty, and if anybody's ever watched my video about how I do wall art, this is the tool I use to upscale in order to make sure that the image is crystal clear on any product. So I'm just going to load this in there. And as soon as it's loaded in there, I'm only doing 2x. I can actually do 4x if I wanted to. And it's done. As you save, going back and forth, it's nice, good quality. You know what? Let's go to 4x. There we go. And this is the crazy thing about AI Arty is, I mean, I can go all the way up to 8x if I wanted to. You can even do 16x if you have a Windows computer. I'm working on a Mac, so that's why I can't go as high. But either way, if I go like this, look at the quality. So this was before, this is coming straight from Midjourney, right? And then this is after I just upscaled it. Look at this. That's what you want when you are producing any sort of product. And I don't care if you're selling t-shirts, if you're selling cell phone cases, tote bags, wall art, you definitely need a good upscaler in order to get the crystal clear picture on any product that you want to sell. So now what I'm going to do is just single export this, boom, done. And I'm going to go to Printify. Now, as soon as I go to Printify in the phone cases, you have a couple different options here. The big one is right here, Casetree. They already actually have an iPhone 17 available. So as soon as I go to info, you have iPhone 17, the Air, the Pro, and the Pro Max. Now, some of the other ones, unfortunately, they don't have the 17 yet, but guaranteed they will have this within the next week or two, so keep an eye on those. Now, the next thing I want to show you here is designing one of these, okay? So say we're going to go with that 17, all right? And we're going to click start designing. If you notice, you see this box around? This is super important. And the reason being is because if you don't follow that box, you end up with white like this. See how the white is on there? And this one, it is not. The reason being is because of this box. A lot of people don't know what this is. And I'm going to show you really quick. So if I upload this image, and there's the image right here, right? And I resize this to just go like this, and I put it just in this little spot here, right? It's not covering this whole thing. So a couple people may go, you know what, let me just cover the whole cell phone, okay? And in that case, it would look like this. However, what's gonna happen is this. You need to have this part here going all the way out. And as soon as it's in the gray area, that is your safe print to make sure that things like this don't happen to you. And just to show you an example, I'll show you with this image right here. So let me upload this image. And again, this is Tiger right here, okay? If you notice, it's going to the gray area, and that's what this looks like on the phone case, right? If you see, her paw is going over to the side, her butt's a little bit over there. Now on this one here, it's a little less. What happened was I wanted to make it just a little bit like that, all right? See how it's a little less there? And because of that, that's how you get these white little lines. So I pretty much paid for a mess up just to show you what not to do. There we go. So that one's garbage. Keeping this one right here. Make sure that you fill this all the way out every single time. Now, really quick, even though that ChatGPT really messed this one up, I'm gonna show you how to just do any sort of cat image or pet image or even a person and how to make them into an artsy photo. So all you have to do is just click here, add that photo. And here's the original of Tiger in the way that she used to sit in the chair before I had this new studio. However, she is coming back. I have a couch over here, getting a second camera so everybody can see her again, snoozing along during my videos. Now, all you have to do is just say, turn my cat into a GTA 5 character. Something like this. And there we go. Within a couple seconds, it instantly makes her into a GTA 5 character. I should have did this originally and put this one on my cell phone case, but I did not. She looks grumpy. She also kind of looks like a male cat for some reason. I don't know why it always turns her into a male, but either way, it's really funny. All you'd have to do, again, is save this, upscale this, and then put this on to that phone case. Now, I'm just going to show you just in case if this wouldn't fit. So say if I downloaded this, we're going to upscale it. Okay, we're going to upscale to the 4x. We're going to export it. Now I'm going to do an iPhone 16 Pro Max because that's what I currently have, but the 17 is on its way. I'm going to put this in here and just show you what to do if it doesn't fit to the size that you actually want. So see if I do this, See how if I pull this down, let me get rid of this one. If I pull this down, right, it's missing this whole part up here. So it's not going to work, right? Now, if I keep it here, obviously your head's gone. If I pull it down, it's not going to work because I'm missing all of this. So what you're going to want to do in this case is open up Photoshop or use Photopea. You're going to load the image in here. You're going to extend this, okay, because that's the part that was missing. And I'm going to generate this using Photoshop. Now, you choose whatever you want, whatever you're happy with. You can also type things in there, and you can change the background if you really wanted to. It's all up to you. Either way, this is what I'm going to go with. So I'm going to click File and Save As. Now I'm going to upload that new image. This is the old one, and the new one is coming in right now. And there we go. See, right here, old image, new image. Okay, so we're going to delete this one, resize this. And there we go. I mean, like I said, you can add a different background to here if you want, because it kind of looks like the couch is just sitting off there, but it's completely up to you. That's how you would extend something and add that little extra in there, just in case if it's not big enough or wide enough. Now, this is what it would end up looking like. Tiger being a G and about to take everybody's money, all by selling iPhone 17 cases. So there you have it. Quick, easy, and sure to make you money right now, especially going in the Q4 and the holiday season. If you have any questions, please drop me a comment below. You know I love to hear from you, and thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon.